Good morning, Fish Nation. IndyCar Tim here on a beautiful Tuesday, a sunny Tuesday morning in Frisco, just a stone's throw from the Star, the home of the Cowboys. Coming at you on this Tuesday morning. Fish just wrapped up his Fish for Breakfast segment overall here on the same channel on the Fish Report on YouTube. By the way, I want to thank everybody for being so welcoming to have me and the Daily Blitz here on the Fish Report channel. I appreciate all the kind messages on Twitter, at IndyCarTim on Twitter, as well as all the kind emails. It's just IndyCarTim@gmail.com. If you want to send me a shout out, send me something mean. I got a few of those too, but that's okay. We'll fight through that. But wanted to say again, thanks to everybody that's been welcoming. A lot of changes coming to the Fish Report on YouTube. Great Cowboy, great Packer, great Alabama Crimson Tide player George Teague joining the channel. The great Trey Smith with his college football insight joining the channel. Of course, all the great Mike Fisher content. It's not going away. We encourage you to keep telling everybody about the channel and appreciate you being here. Make sure you give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the Fish Report channel on YouTube. That's the most important thing. So you get all the updates when all these videos get posted. And if you're looking for all of the new information, all the new content on the Fish channel, just go to the playlists. I think we're going to try to categorize everything on the playlist so that you can find all the content you want and weed out the content you don't want. Quite frankly, there's a few of y'all out there that don't want to see all of this stuff, and that's great. We understand. But for those of you that do, just go to the playlist, find what content you want. They're going to have lots of college football stuff on there. Aggies, Longhorns, Buckeyes, the generic Big 12 SEC stuff going to be there from Trey, and all the college football information from Trey Smith. So appreciate everybody tuning in and indulging us here as we make some changes to the Fish channel, the Fish Report on YouTube. But hey, let's get into some Cowboys content. Of course, a bye week for the Cowboys. And is there any way that the Cowboys could be in better shape than they're in right now on the bye week? 5-1 is where the Cowboys stand right now, with a whopping, after 6 games, a 3-game lead on the rest of the NFC East. Of course, Washington, Philadelphia, New York, all at 2-5. Washington on a 3-game losing streak, the Eagles on a 2-game losing streak, and the Giants just won their 2nd game of the season, demolishing the at one time 3-0 Carolina Panthers that we thought might be, when the Cowboys played them in week 4, might be a playoff preview of some sort. And we thought it might have some importance. That kind of went out the window, as they're in a shambles right now after losing to the Giants. They're 3-4, and they've lost 4 in a row, and things are just a mess over there for Matt Rule in Carolina. The savior quarterback being benched, of course, Sam Darnold. Now there's talks of Deshaun Watson maybe to Carolina. Go check out CowboysSI.com for some information about that, or over at TexansDaily.com for all of the Mike Fisher information, all the inside information on the Deshaun Watson saga, if you want to call it that. But the Cowboys in good shape with a 3-game lead over everybody in the division after just 6 games. Cowboys with their bye week again. What kind of shape are the Cowboys in right now, though, as we enter the bye week, as we're through the bye week, and football heating up, for week 6 for the Cowboys, week 7 of the NFL, week 8 of the NFL coming up. What shape are the Cowboys in? We see the results on the field. We know that they're getting healthy. Speaking of getting healthy, when was the last time anybody thought about Dak Prescott's ankle? Like, really thought about it. I mean, it's on the back of our minds, of course, but when was the last time anybody really thought about Dak Prescott's ankle and was concerned about Dak Prescott's ankle? I mean, it's been a while for me. I thought more about his shoulder, right? He had the shoulder issue in training camp, didn't even play preseason because of it, and we all were wondering, oh, God, is this worse than it is? It wasn't. It was fine. It was precautionary. And not only is Dak on a comeback player of the year stride here in the NFL, forget comeback player of the year. How about MVP? As Dak is just lighting up the rest of the league. And I think more concern now after the Patriots game was on his ankle, honestly, than than the shoulder or the calf, more so than the shoulder and the ankle. Taking a page out of Fish's playbook, by the way, with the coffee here. Thanks, Fish. Helping us get this thing going early in the morning. But yeah, by the way, tune in tonight on the Fish Report YouTube channel. I'm going to have some next level stats for you about Dak and why the number 7.8 is the most important number in the Cowboys' quest for playoff hope for a Super Bowl. 7.8. Keep that number in mind, boys and girls, as we'll get to that tonight on the Fish Report YouTube channel. But yes, Prescott, no concerns, no worries whatsoever, really. If you guys still have concerns, let me know in the comments section here. We'll address them for you, Fish and I. And but no, Dak, no worries. And going into the season, I was like, going to wait for him to take that first big hit, and I want to see him jump up. Well, he's taken quite a few big hits, not huge hits, thanks to the protection that offensive line is giving him that we didn't quite frankly expect going into 2021, but it's good to see it happening. So no concerns with Dak. How about Zeke? Running game is in great shape, right? Maybe the best 1-2 punch in the NFL with Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. We all knew Tony Pollard was good. I don't know that we thought he was going to be this good. How good is this good? Well, he's a great substitution. He's a great second option. I don't know how great of a premier featured running back he would be. He's not getting first string running back carries, which is fine. We knew that he was going to eat into Zeke's carries just a little bit. As a matter of fact, when Pollard came into the league, I believe he shared carries with Zeke. It was 80% Zeke, 20% Tony Pollard as far as carries go, offensive snaps. His second year in the league, that went to 70% Zeke and 30% Tony Pollard. Now here in his third year, I was hoping for 60-40, and I think we're probably in between 60-40 and 70-30. I'll have to do the math and update everybody on that. But I think Kellen Moore is doing a great job mixing up the running game, mixing up the running backs, keeping the defense guessing. It takes me back to for those of old timers like me, you'll remember the 80s when the Cowboys acquired Herschel Walker and you still had Tony Dorsett. And quite frankly, they'd line both of them up in the backfield at the same time, kind of in the old wishbone formation. And nobody knew. The defense had no idea which one was getting the ball. I think we may see some of that a little bit more here with the Cowboys with Pollard and Zeke, if you want to go that offensive set. It's hard to decide, though, if you're going to do that, who to take off the field, right? Because the wide receivers are lighting it up right now without Michael Gallup. You got Amari Cooper. You've got CeeDee Lamb. You've got Cedric Wilson stepping it up and looking like he could be a viable option at a number 3 wide receiver if what we think is going to happens with a possible trade of Michael Gallup. Go check out Fish's video from last night, Fish at 6. He's got some insight on that. Yesterday morning, Fish for breakfast as well. But, I think Zeke has found a sidekick. I think we're happy with the mix-up. Let me know what you think, though. If you think Pollard should be a featured back, is it time to let Zeke go? We're not sure of his status after this season. The Cowboys kind of have an out with his contract, but the way he's playing right now, it would be really hard for them to say goodbye to Zeke and just walk away from that unless they want to trade him. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but I think things are going well. Thanks to RJ Ochoa there on Twitter talking about Tony Pollard and his effectiveness since he was drafted. 2019, when Pollard was drafted, Saquon Barkley, let's go since 2019. RJ Ochoa is comparing Saquon Barkley to Tony Pollard. Of course, Saquon Barkley is considered a premier number 1 running back, of course, with the Giants. Had some injury issues. Here's how many injury issues Barkley has had. Okay, since 2019, Barkley has started 20 games. Tony Pollard has started 37 games, or played in 37 games, hasn't started those games. Barkley's got 290 carries to Pollard's 248 carries. Barkley's rushed for 1,232 yards to Pollard's 1,256 yards. Barkley's got 8 rushing touchdowns. Pollard has 7 rushing touchdowns. So Pollard with basically the same amount, if not a little bit more on the yards, 1 less touchdown, the same productivity as Saquon Barkley as a backup in just about twice as many games. But again, as a backup, he's not the featured back. So I think everybody should be happy with the way things are going in the backfield there, the offensive backfield for the Cowboys. How about some new stars on the rise? Of course, everybody sees what Trayvon Diggs is doing. Again, we're talking about the state of the Cowboys, things to be excited for here in the bye week. Everybody knows what Trayvon Diggs is doing. He's on pace to shatter the Dallas Cowboys single-season interceptions record, which is 11, set by the great Everson Walls in 1981. He's also on pace, if he can keep this up, which we don't know, but if he can keep it up, he's on pace to set the shatter the NFL single-season record for interceptions held by Dick Night Train Lane with the Rams in 1952. That's a total of 14. So do the math. How long has that record stood? And you've had a ton of guys, great corners in the league that, recently in the past 20, 30 years, well, I say that's recently to me, I'm an old timer, but over the past 20, 30 years that have been unable to get to that. We've had several players get to 13, but seems completely doable for Diggs if he can be healthy. When I talk about new stars, I'm not talking about Diggs. He's an obvious guy. Not talking about Parsons. He's an obvious guy. By the way, how excited are we going to be to see DeMarcus Lawrence come back, play alongside Randy Gregory, and have Micah Parsons either spelling one of those guys coming off the line or just playing back to linebacker, being on the field at the same time with those guys. That's going to be exciting to see. The biggest stars that I think that we're seeing, Randy Gregory, of course, is coming on as a star. He's got to be the Cowboys' #1 priority in free agency right now. I'm a little surprised, and I know Jerry doesn't like to negotiate during the season, but I'd be very surprised if there aren't talks right now going on between the Cowboys and Randy Gregory about locking him up long-term. I don't care what it takes. You're out of the Jalen Smith contract now, and I have a sneaky suspicion that's one of the reasons that they let Jalen go, other than the obvious play on the field or lack thereof. But they freed up some money for sure. Randy Gregory, huge star coming off of the Cowboys. Somebody we knew, that we knew he could be if he could just get the rest of the things cleaned up in his life and in his head. And sure enough, look what he's doing on the field. O.C. Odigizua, awesome. I think he's doing great on the interior offensive line, putting pressure on the quarterback. He is a star in the making. As a rookie, a star in the making. And then, of course, apparently the new heir apparent, as we've been looking for one since Jason Witten left for the second time. And we thought it would be Blake Jarwin, quite honestly. Of course, he got hurt in game 1 last season, missed the season. Dalton Schultz, look at that boy's stats. Man, he is coming on. He is the heir apparent to Jason Witten. Dak's got a lot of faith in him. The coaching staff has a lot of faith in him, and he is becoming a star in the making for the Cowboys right now. In that receiving core, he's a great third down guy, just like Witten was. He's got sure hands, and I don't know how many of you guys remember Jason Witten, the young Jason Witten, like I do, but he can catch the ball, turn and run like the young Jason Witten could. Not so much in the later years, but Jason Witten kind of seemed to be the guy that you catch the ball and fall down on first contact pretty easily, which is fine. First down machine on third and long, third medium or so. But Schultz is your guy long term, and I think the Cowboys are excited to keep him. So you've got all the other stars, that are coming on. I'm excited about the offensive line. Look what they're doing without La'el Collins. They're bulldozing the defensive line. All those holes are opening up. We talked about Pollard and Elliott. That's all because of the offensive line and the holes that they're getting. So we've got restored hope here for the season at 5-1 for the Cowboys. What are you guys excited about? Leave me a comment here in the the comment section here on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like every video that you watch. That's important for the, as Fish will tell you, for the YouTube algorithm, so that other Cowboys fans can find these videos. And we want to invite the entire Cowboys Nation, Cowboys family into the Fish Report family. And again, thanks to you guys for being so gracious, welcoming me and Trey, George Teague now coming on board to the Fish Nation family. Thanks so much. We'll do it again this afternoon. Fish will be on with us, Fish at 6. I'll probably be on a little bit later. If you guys notice, I'm recording these videos. I'm not doing them live yet, but I will be doing some live videos. I'll be doing some alongside Fish, maybe some Fish at 6. I don't want to get to his house at 7:20 in the morning, quite honestly. Don't think his coffee's very good, but we'll talk about that on another show. Thanks, guys. I'm IndyCar Tim, at IndyCar Tim on Twitter, as you see on the screen right there. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll do it all again later today on the Fish Report on the Fish Report YouTube channel. Thanks.